Hey, sixth grade, welcome to video 1 for the study guide. This first video is just about the key term section of the test. This part's pretty easy, you just have to memorize a few things really, but it's one of those things where if you don't know this stuff, the rest of it really isn't going to make too much sense. So first we're going to start with dynamics. There are two main dynamics. There is piano, which means soft, and then there is forte, which means loud. There are two things that we can do to these dynamics. We can add an M to it, which means mezzo. So we can make mezzo piano, or we can make mezzo forte, right? So what the mezzo does, what this M does, is it makes the dynamic more medium. The other thing that we can do is we can double the dynamic. So we can have two P's, which means pianissimo, or we can have two F's, which means fortissimo. And what doubling the dynamic does is it makes it more extreme. So these are the 6 dynamics in order from softest to loudest. You'll notice that I didn't actually write out pianissimo, piano, mezzo forte, forte, or fortissimo. I think a few of you did on your pre-tests. I won't mark you down for that, but I do think that it's not really necessary. Just writing these letters is perfectly fine. That will get you full points. The other thing that's really important is crescendos and decrescendos. A crescendo means getting louder, and it looks like that. A decrescendo means getting softer, and it looks like that. And you'll usually see that written below the music. Also, sorry, really bad handwriting here. I'm trying to do this with one hand. All right, next up we have tempo. Tempo means how fast or slow a piece of music is. There are a lot of ways to show what a tempo should be, but the trickiest is when it's written in Italian, because that means that we have to know what it means in English. They used to write the tempo in Italian because there are people from countries all over the world that will be reading this music. So they had to just choose a language that everyone has to know. And Italian won out. So the first one is allegro. Allegro means fast. Right? A lot of times dances are allegro. Just making stuff up here. The next one is moderato. Moderato means medium or moderate. Right? Moderato means medium tempo. So it's just like a regular tempo here. The next one, this one's a little bit hard to remember, is andante. If you know Spanish, it's the same root word. Andante. And in Spanish, andar means to walk. So andante means about walking tempo. Right, so when you walk, it's about that speed. And then the next one is largo. Now a lot of people think that largo means really fast because it looks like large, but actually it means really slow. The way that I like to remember this is I like to think of like a large elephant, and it's moving really, really slow. And that should cover just about all the key terms that you need to know for this test.